Oh my god. Here is what we are working with. I don't know if you can see what the heck's going on, but there it is. Um, yeah. Let's do this. What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. Today's video, obviously from the title, is going to be my everyday makeup routine. So I know I've already filmed this video before for my channel, but I've gotten a lot of questions over on Instagram, and it's a lot easier to film this kind of thing for YouTube than for my Instagram. So if you came over here from there, what up? Hello, happy to have you here. This is super easy, I promise you. It's gonna be great. You're gonna enjoy it. So, if you want to learn how I do my everyday eye makeup, then please keep watching. Okay, so the palette that I use every day is the Morphe 350 palette. It looks like this. You don't need this palette exactly. You just need a palette that has neutral colors in it. I tend to go with neutral colors just because they are fine to wear to the office or to school or whatever. That's just what I'm drawn to. I feel like a lot of people are drawn to them, but that does not matter. Pick colors that you want to do, and then, we're going to do it. So, the first thing that I always do, actually, I'm going to show you the brushes that I will be using for my eyelid. So, brush number one looks like this. It is round, it is fluffy, it is a blending brush. This specific one is the Sigma Diffused Crease E38. This was a gift. This was a great gift. The second one that I'll be using is fluffy. It's round, but it has a dome shape. This is the Morphe M330. I think I ordered this. Also a great purchase. And then the third one that I'll be using is this Real Techniques blending brush, but it's a little more domed or rounded and denser. So, here we go. The first thing that I always do is start with brush number one, and I just pick a very light color. I'm going to pick, I act like I'm just choosing this. This is my everyday look, okay? This is what I do every day. I've had a lot of people ask me questions, so I'm gonna keep it to what they asked. I start with this color right here, and I just put it all over my lid. Hopefully, I know you're not very close, but my camera does not have zoom, so hopefully y'all are able to see what I am doing. Okay, I just do this because I have concealer and stuff up there, and this just provides a nice base to blend the rest of the shadows on. Next, I'm going to take still a light color. I'm going to take this one right here, and then this one right here. And I'm going to focus those more in the crease. You're really not gonna get like a ton of color payoff or like a difference here, just because it's still a light color, but I promise you this is essential to making your eyeshadow actually blend, is just going along and getting slightly darker, slightly darker, slightly darker, as opposed to just going in with like your smoky eye black and just hoping it works, okay? So I'm just gonna take that second color I showed you there and continue to focus this in the crease. Okay, so once that I have that done, I go ahead and grab I don't know what this would be called. Just like a flat shader brush, but this one's pretty big. This is the Morphe E15. You can see it's pretty big, but it's good for packing on color. And I really like to put a shimmery shade on my eyelid. So in this palette, I have found that this one gives me a lot of glitter, and that is what I'm looking for. So we're just gonna put that on the lid now. And always, always pat on your lid. Don't swipe, okay? You want to like pack the color on instead of just brushing it away. I like to focus this on the inner part of my eyelid because we're just going to cover up the outer part once we get there. Okay, so The lids are done. Next, I take a different flat shader brush. Looks like this. I got this a long time ago in like an Amazon pack of brushes or something. It was super cheap, but it gets the job done. So next I'm going to highlight my brow bone. And in this palette, I usually grab this one right here. And then I'm also going to take that color and put it in my inner corner like so. And I kind of blend it up into the glitter that we already put there. And I put it along my lower lash line for about the first third maybe, just to continually highlight the inner corner. And then we will just do the same thing on the other side. That's all for that. Now we're going to take the second blending brush that I showed you, and we're gonna start getting a little darker. So now comes the point where I choose if I'm gonna do warm shades or cool shades. I started off really loving warm shades, but lately I've been trying out the cooler ones. So I think today we're gonna do the cooler ones. So when I do that, I start with this color right here and put it in the crease. Also, this brush is probably, this one and the first one that I showed you are like staples if you are trying to like be good at eyeshadow. Like, yes, the eyeshadow matters, but like these brushes can blend out anything, and that is the most important part of your eyeshadow. So I would recommend picking up a couple of good blending brushes because they have made all the difference for me. Okay, now we're going to take an even darker color. Since I'm doing cool tones, I'm going to move on to this one down here. Still with this brush, but I'm not going to go as hard with this one because we're getting darker and we don't need a lot of it. So I just concentrate it in that outer corner, but continuously blend. Okay, now leave those two blending brushes out because we're not done with them yet, but we're going to move on to the third one. This is what I use for my darkest colors. So I'm going to go in with this one right here, this dark brown. And like you can mix and match warm shades and cool shades, but that's not my style, so sometimes I kind of gotta look at them and make sure I'm picking the right one. But with this one, I am just focusing it. I will sometimes draw like this to where I'm making like an arrow out there, you know, focusing it in the outer corner, and occasionally drag it in there, but nothing crazy because, you know, we're not trying to put dark colors that far in. So I legitimately forgot which one I just took. Like, whatever. Okay, so I just focused that right there, and right now it's gonna look a little crazy. It might look a little dark. It might look a little muddy, a little choppy, a little shitty. That's okay, because that's what we have blending brushes for. All right, so I'm just gonna leave that for now. We're gonna do the other one. Again, I kind of drag it onto my eyelid a little bit, which is why I said don't worry about putting the glitter out there because we're just gonna go over it anyway. And just focusing in that same spot. And if it starts to go south, like if you feel like you're really fucking it up and it's just not gonna be good, just buckle in, hold on tight, because anything is fixable. All right. And then if I'm feeling frisky, I'll go in with one more, even darker color. I think I'm gonna go in with this one down here because that's pretty much the darkest. And I just do a little bit right there. I don't go as crazy with that one, or else it really is gonna go south. So we're done with this guy now. We're gonna go back to brush number 2. And I don't even put more color on this unless like I run into a problem where I'm gonna need it. But I just go back over it with no new product and blend out what I've done. And then we're gonna go in with the first brush. I know, I'm far away. I gotta see my like symmetry in this mirror that I'm looking at down here, but I'll get close in a second. So anyway, go back in with your first brush, and you can put, sometimes I put more color on this if I need it. Like if I feel like I'm dragging the dark too far up, then I'll just go back in with like that first or second color I used and just kind of buff that in there. Okay, I don't know if you can see, I don't know how close I should get. That's done. And again, it's still, you know, blend it as much as you like. I could honestly blend this a little more, but once you put eyeliner and mascara on, doesn't really matter. So now we're going to move on to the lower lash line. The brush that you need is a flat top little liner brush like this. Some people call it a push brush. This is just from BH Cosmetics, and so yeah, you're gonna need that, and you're gonna need a pencil brush at the end. This is just from e.l.f. It says blending eye brush, but I would never use this on my eyelid. Okay, so basically for the lower lash line, you're just gonna match what you did on the top. So I like to start out with this neutral color, right? Sorry, right there. This for like the first color that I used with the second brush, like once we started getting dark, you know what I'm saying? So I just dab my brush in that, and then I will kind of drag it along the lower lash line for the outer 2/3. So connecting to the glitter that we put on earlier. And don't be afraid to bring this down a little bit, because if you have long lower lashes like I do, then it kind of gets lost once you put mascara on. And that's just sad, because I live for a good lower lash line and I want to be able to see it. So I kind of drag it down a little bit. Okay, so next we're going to go in with, I think this is the one I was picking earlier. Whatever, go in with your dark browns. Get darker as you go. It's easy. Not a big deal, so just do the same thing. And again, right now it's going to look kind of weird because I am kind of heavy-handed and it's not blended yet. But it's okay. Okay, and then the darkest color that I use, I'll just put on like the outer third. So there's what it looks like right now. You can see it's like, literally just looks like a nice little line there. But it's okay. We're going to take the pencil brush, and you can grab a color if you want. I usually do the first color, so that neutral one again. And I would recommend closing your eyes on this part, because sometimes eyeshadow just like freaking sprays up in your eyeballs and like then it hurts. So I just close my eye and go underneath there. Blend it out until you feel like you're good to go. And like see how much of it is just like lost. That's why sometimes I'm kind of heavy-handed. But also in real life it's darker than it is on the camera right now, I think. So whatever, you know, just do what you feel is right. Here is what we were working with. Now it is time to make a decision if you are either going to do liquid eyeliner, like winged eyeliner, or you're going to do freaking pencil eyeliner, which my everyday look, which is this video, I do pencil liner. Now, one step that I forgot that I usually do before I start my eyeshadow is I will take my pencil liner. This is Carbon Black Infallible from L'Oreal. It's very creamy. It's good stuff. I will tightline. So things are about to get a little creepy, but we have to do it, okay? So I just pull my eyelid up and then I draw along basically your top waterline, and don't be afraid to like blink. Give yourself some time. And honestly, like I think that makes all the difference. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but like this eye just looks better to me. It makes your eyelashes look fuller. So that's why I like to do that. And again, I would typically do this before I start my eyeshadow. But I forgot. Okay. And then the next part is going to be normal eyeliner on the top. Again, I cannot get close, okay? I got my mirror down here. I hope that, like, when I film this, you can see what the heck's going on. But it's really very simple. You know, I've been doing this since, like, 7th grade, on and off, like, every few years. I decide that I go back to my pencil liner. So, I've had a lot of practice. Practice makes perfect. Don't freak out when the eyeliner's in your hand, because it knows. So there is one eye done. And even if it's like a little jank, it's okay because I have long lashes, so the mascara hides it. It's fine. Now that both eyes are done, one other thing that I like to do is take a white eyeliner pencil. I just have this one from NYX. I honestly need like a better one because this one doesn't stay very long, but I like to take white and put it on my bottom, like my waterline, because it opens the eyes up. I don't know, I just like the way that it looks as opposed to black eyeliner under there. I'm no longer goth. I stopped doing that when I was in like 8th grade, but you know, maybe someday it'll make a return. So there's the difference between the two. This one has the white, this one does not. I don't know if you can see a difference. That's what I like to do. So I'm showing you. All right. The worst is over. Now we are going to curl the lashes. And honestly, I just gotta talk about mascara for a second. Don't buy high-end mascara, okay? Mascara is mascara. I've tried the Better Than Sex mascara. It's just mascara. Like, literally, I just use drugstore. Mascara is not a makeup product to splurge on. Like, splurge on, like, foundations and eyeshadows. Things like that. But my grandma always gives me these little Clinique mascaras, and they work for me. You know, that's what I do. If you like to splurge on mascara, that's fine, but I just disagree with you. So, the way that I do my mascara is I will do the top of my eyelashes. I will coat those, and then I will do like a normal mascara application. And I like to wiggle it on the way up, and as I'm wiggling it, I'm twisting the brush like this, so it's like, you know. Go ahead and replay that a few times. I know you are. But yes, this is how I have found works best for me. And I have a lot of lashes and they are long. I am a lucky lady. So I just like to make sure that they are all separated and coated accordingly. And then same thing for the bottom. I just kind of like shake it as I run the wand through. And I just try to make sure that none of them get stuck together because I hate that look. Not for me. Also, mascara is a part of your makeup routine that you cannot rush. So, if you're in a hurry someday, cut out a different part of your routine. Don't do your mascara while you're driving. That is dangerous. Okay, so there is with one coat, and every day I do 2 coats. So I give that like a couple minutes to dry, and then I will do the exact same thing again. And yeah, that is my everyday eye routine. Sometimes I'll use like different palettes just because I want to play with them. My mom actually just got me this rose palette for Christmas, so what I will do is like essentially the same thing. So like for my first transition color, I would just use like this light one all over the lid, and then I would move to this one, and then maybe like this or this. You know, I pretty much do the same thing even if it's different colors. I just slowly move into darker colors. And I use those same 3 brushes because they're the OGs. They do what they're supposed to. So yes, there is my everyday eye routine. I hope that you were able to see what the heck was going on. I know that I was not right here all the time, but I couldn't do that, okay? So if you have questions, let me know. I'd love to help. So yeah, if you watched until now, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please like the video, please subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.